During this course, we're going to talk about several traditional uh, uh, cost accounting issues. So we want to talk about and understand, well, how does managerial and cost accounting differ from financial accounting? There are different audiences, different intended purposes of the information, different roles of the individuals involved, and so what's that mean to us? We want to understand some very important terminology that really spans multiple industries, so once we get that under our belt, we're able to talk about that, whether we're in a manufacturing organization, a merchandising organization, or a service organization, and some of these or some of this terminology includes items such as direct versus indirect costs, fixed versus variable costs, budgeting concepts and tools. We talk about a lot of finance terms when we talk about budgeting, like time value of money and discounted net cash flow. And so there's a lot of interesting cross-disciplinary topics that we'll be covering as well. We want to talk about responsibility accounting. What's that mean? What does this idea of investment centers or cost centers or revenue centers mean, and what does that mean to the organization, and what's that mean to us as accountants? We want to talk about cost behaviors, and there we're talking about this idea of fixed costs versus variable costs versus mixed costs, and how does that shape and mold our pricing decisions. And then we talk about ideas related to cost treatment for joint products and byproduct costing. We'll continue on to talk about how do we treat support department costs, and these would be departments like human resources or accounting or finance or health and safety. How do they get reflected in our product cost? How do they get reflected on our income statement? What are the options that are available to us for the treatment of those costs? We want to talk about process costing versus job costing and what the different techniques, when we would use one above the other, and what the different techniques inherent to both of those are. We want to discuss the balanced scorecard concepts and whether or not we see that in use today in many larger organizations, and so we want to see how has that helped us to inform the management decision-making process from an accounting perspective. We'll talk about inventory management techniques, and those, so that would be items like just-in-time inventory management. We'll talk about capital budgeting and cost analysis techniques, and because of the trend in globalization, we'll spend some time talking about multinational considerations. So you can see from just the wide range of topics that we just talked about, and believe me, we've just scratched the surface of the different topics included in this very busy 8-week class. It is a very dynamic and interesting field right now, and I hope that this class will give you the background and wherewithal to make you a valued member of an accounting department, and more importantly, to make you a valued member of an organization. And so at the end of the day, what we want to do is to develop a skill set and knowledge around cost accounting practices, hence our term cost accounting course. We want to move closer to providing value-added support as an integral part of the management team. And what we see in the literature today, based on interviews with senior company management, is that they look to the accounting and finance function now as an integral part of the team to help make strategic and business decisions and to better inform management making those decisions, versus being the traditional reporter of historical results. We want to move forward in our career and in our perspective around our career with that being the goal. And so to that end, we want to set the stage for your continued growth and responsibility and professional development to support you in a vibrant and active career. And I'll finish off by saying that a lot of people start off in accounting, and I can speak from experience and from what I've seen, that you can get the strong accounting and finance concepts under your belt. It's much easier to transition over into other roles than and you do so with a better understanding of direction and financial implications, which for a for-profit company at the end of the day is what really matters. You can do that much easier than you can sometimes in starting in other departments, and then and either not having a full appreciation for the finance accounting side of it, or not being able to understand how the actions in some of those departments impact the company from a financial standpoint. And so with this introduction, I want to wish you all good luck in the course, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope that it turns out to be what you're looking for, and that it becomes helpful to you in furthering your career. Good luck with the course, and thanks.